I'm in Melbourne, Florida, ready to help a family who seriously need my help. So why don't we take a look?
Hi, we're the Colombo family.
I'm Joe.
I'm Danielle.
We have 3 children.
Carlo is 4, JJ is 3, and Julia is 1.
I'm a local attorney. I get home late quite often.
Don't push her. I'm a stay-at-home mom. The kids are with me most of the day.
Hey, Carlo! Come over here, Carlo!
My life is very hard right now because everyone is doing different things, having meltdowns at different times. It's incredibly stressful, and it is very taxing. Carlo has what I call the Screeh.
My word. I hope I bought my earplugs.
It really just takes your breath away. JJ is definitely the boss around here. It's a ball of wild energy.
Hey, don't pull hair. Hey!
JJ!
He has quite a bit of a temper.
Don't try to hit me.
Hey, no hitting. Hey!
He hits,
Hey, stop.
kicks,
You trying to kick me?
slaps,
Stop.
pinches,
Ah, JJ!
screams, and he's only 3.
You've got to be kidding.
You're gonna stay on here 2 minutes. For discipline, I try to do the naughty step, but JJ kicks down the baby gate. So I do the naughty room. You have to calm down. Why are you making this so long and drawn out? Go back.
This is not the naughty step, I know.
I'm kind of big with the finger. Don't do that. Hey, no bad words. Hey, serious.
This family is not doing discipline. I don't care what they're saying.
Quiet and eat.
JJ, come on, stop. All right.
Dinners at our house are an uncontrolled circus. You guys are acting like wild animals. Screaming, getting up, running around. If you stay in your chair and just have 3 more bites, you can be done, JJ. Carlo is also a very picky eater.
Yeah, I don't like those.
He actually will almost vomit if it's something that he does not want to eat.
Oh, Carlo's just messing around here. That's got to stop.
Listen, I'm done. I'm done. I'm running, constantly going, never stopping. I've never been able to come up for air.
Oh,
I desperately want to give each child the time that they deserve, but it's not happening.
oh my goodness. Now, this is a mum who's seriously exhausted and torn in every direction.
JJ? Our life right now is complete chaos.
No hitting, no hitting, no hey, hey, hey.
Are you gonna say sorry? We need some calm. My brain can't take anymore. Supernanny, please help us take control back from the kids.
Mum and Dad, hold on in there because your kids are ruling roost and that's got to stop. I'll see you soon.
Mum must really need my help. She grabbed onto me for dear life.
Who have we got here?
So this is JJ.
Hi, JJ. Pleased to meet you. Hi, Carlo. Pleased to meet you. How are you? Hi, Julia.
She's a busy one.
She is. Is Joseph at work?
Yes, he is.
Joseph works very long hours and Mum stays at home with the kids. And I can tell that's a lot for her to handle. One of the first things that I noticed when I entered the house was a list of rules on the wall. I heard enough of no bad words, no bad things. But what happens when one of these rules get broken?
How long have the rules been up there, Daniel?
Forever.
What do you do when they break them?
The naughty room, which is not working for me very well.
I wasn't in the house long at all, and JJ broke one of the rules, and I got to see exactly why the naughty room doesn't work for Danielle.
Do not scream at me. Do not scream at me. If you scream at me one more time, you're going in the naughty room.
What kind of a warning is that? Mum was talking to the back of his head. Where did she learn that from?
I didn't make you fall, JJ. Come on. All right, there we go.
Can I ask you where you learnt this technique?
Your show.
My show. So you learnt this
No, not this.
watching me?
No, I tried. I'm trying. I do try my hardest to do the naughty room, but I've never truly followed through. 3 minutes. Stay. Stay in there.
This ain't my technique. I don't know who this is. With JJ in the naughty room, Mum checked on Carlo, which gave Mum and I a chance to have a little chat. So, what did you do before motherhood?
Funny enough, I taught anger management for children.
Excuse me?
I did. Obviously, it's been lost to me. I don't know. It's like it was another lifetime.
Did you teach any other parenting classes? Or
I taught parent education.
Excuse me? Parent education you taught?
Yes, I did.
What, did you forget that as well?
Yeah.
And then JJ started throwing insults to her from the other room. And you could see that this was winding Mum up.
I just can't handle it. Stop screaming.
Mama, stupid.
JJ, every time you keep saying that, I'm gonna start it again, okay? Stop saying bad words to me.
Idiot. Stupid. Mommy.
The bad words never stopped. The screaming never stopped. I did not know what to do. It broke me.
I can see the frustration. What is it that's running through your head right now?
I have her down here, him there, him there. It's just, how do you keep them all in one spot? And discipline.
She's what I call wrapped up in the tornado.
JJ, just finish 3 minutes.
Oh, it's a bad situation when you're begging your kid to stay in timeout.
Well, just don't kick me. Do not kick me.
If Mum really knew my technique, she would know no communication. But she keeps going back and getting more abuse. This is wearing her down. Do you remember when you used to do those parenting educational classes and those parents used to come in frustrated?
Yes.
And what would you tell them?
That they needed to have time for themselves to relieve the stress a little bit.
But you're sitting there saying, yeah, how do I do that when I'm at home with the kids all day and it's me with 3 of them, right?
Yes. Yes.
Danielle needs to take her own advice. She needs to hold herself together because if she doesn't, the whole household is going to spiral out of control.
I want to mommy.
3 minutes. Stay.
Danielle was trying to enforce discipline with JJ.
Stupid.
But the whole process is just wearing her down. Do you feel guilty that you've put him in timeout?
No, I feel frustrated. He just won't. I certainly don't feel guilty. Can we please just do 3 minutes? See, this is like what I don't know. I mean, is it done? Is it done?
Is it?
I don't know.
It was a frustrating place for Mum to be. She's angry, she's upset, her kids won't listen. She feels that she's doing everything possible to make it better. And yet this woman has serious issues that need to be resolved. And that's my job.
Okay, come on.
And eventually Mum gave up. JJ didn't do his 3 minutes. I mean, she just couldn't take it anymore.
Nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Hi.
finally.
Later on in the afternoon, Dad came home and I was really keen to get his take on the issues with the kids.
Are you good at dealing with discipline? It's just Danielle that needs help with
No,
it.
no, I need help. We're both kind of the same, same way that we're not disciplinarians, that's for sure.
After Dad set the kids up with a computer game, he told me about why he finds it so difficult to do discipline.
I don't discipline them as much as I should because I come home and I kind of want peace. If they start, especially the younger ones, says bad words, I don't ignore it, but I mean, I don't, I certainly don't, I put them in timeout once in a while, but then if that doesn't work, I just kind of give up.
Yeah, I'm sure every dad would like to come home to a peaceful household. But at the end of the day, he's got kids who need attention from him and a wife who's been dealing with these kids all day. Yeah, good luck with that one.
Oh, hello.
After talking to Dad, I went outside to see how Mum was getting on with dinner.
So what are you actually cooking for the family tonight? Are you all eating the same thing, or?
I would like it to have just been the steak taco, but I'm figuring that's probably not going to go over too well, so I'm cooking some chicken also.
Is that just through choice, or, I mean, are you forced to do that?
Oh, yeah, no, I would probably just do chicken or do the steak, but
So what's the reason, then, for...
Carl's probably not going to like the seasoning on the steak, possibly. There's
Right.
a little bit of seasoning on it. Dinners at our house consist of Carlo usually refusing to eat something or everything.
So why not just order chicken tonight, then, and not the steak?
That's a good question. You're right. Should have just been the chicken. It would have made things easier.
Oh, it could have been the steak, but without the seasoning.
Right.
Mum's so overwhelmed, I don't even think she knows what she's doing for dinner. I mean, is it steak? Is it chicken? I mean, what is it?
Carlo, can you please leave that there? Leave that there. Thank you. Carlo, leave it there. Let's have steak. There it is.
Mum told me that Carlo wouldn't eat the steak. So why is she giving him steak? And why is she giving him so much steak? What came next was no surprise.
Carlo, what is the problem? Are you sick?
Oh, that's ridiculous. Come on, stop it.
Mum didn't persevere with the steak. She gave up. And then she gave Carlo chicken. So what was the whole point?
I love it.
Oh, that's great.
Good boy.
Great.
However, Carlo didn't want to eat that either. And now both kids are up from the table.
JJ.
So everyone's done now, is that right?
Looks that way.
With dinner apparently over, I'd seen all I needed to see. The next morning, I wanted to get back so that I can have a family meeting with Mum and Dad.
Hi.
Hi. The thought of the parent meeting is making me want to run for the hills. Based upon the observation day, yeah, I'm not saying that the meeting is going to go so great.
I want to talk firstly about time management so that the kids get the best from you, you get the best from the kids. You have no framework. How do you know what's coming next? How do the kids know what's coming next? How does it create stability?
I try to put some structure to the day. I try to do certain times of the day, craft time at this time.
I think the word try here is quite key.
But it is a lot to do in the day. It's a lot.
At this stage, I don't know what you want me to do. Give you a medal?
I'm not asking for a medal. I'm just saying it. It's not like I'm just sitting on the couch and watching TV all day, you know.
Let's be real about it.
Oh, I'm being real.
You're not. Because if you were being real about it, you would recognize that your defensive attitude right now is coming from a place of not accepting where you're at. The reality is that your time is not being utilized properly. I mean, it's left the kids with having no direction, no focus, because you guys are not focused.
Yeah.
Let's move on to discipline. Do you really want to do discipline? I mean, do you really core believe that it's important to discipline your kids?
Yeah.
I definitely do.
I don't believe you right now. Because your actions speak louder than your words. You're unwilling right now to follow through a correct discipline. And Job, you just avoid it altogether.
Yeah.
Those rules up there, they stand for nothing because there are no consequences.
Right.
Let's talk about dinner time.
Okay.
There's no table manners.
Right.
Sure.
And Carlo's food is a problem because he's become picky. Why do you think it's got this bad?
We probably let him get away with it for this long.
Obviously, I should just make him eat what he's going to eat, but I end up giving in. I do.
You've created these bad eating habits.
Right.
Danielle, I truthfully believe that you don't enjoy parenthood right now. You're obviously wanting something that you feel that you don't get. What do you need?
What do I need? Oh, God.
What are you craving right now?
Purpose, you know. I need to be involved in something. You know, I just need to be using my brain.
You're isolated.
Oh, definitely.
And there's nothing wrong in feeling that. You need that stimulation.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
All right, so enough of the talk.
Right.
Okay, I want to see action. So are we on board?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
definitely.
All right, good.
I'm ready.
All right, let's get moving then. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
This family certainly have a lot of challenges. First things first, we need to create a daily routine so that Mum can be focused and manage her time better. What I ask people to do is to look at the cornerstones, the things that are cemented in there because of necessity. So let's put in the first cornerstone here, which would be their school.
Okay.
Danielle told me that she never had a minute to spare, but actually, as we did the routine, she had an enlightening discovery. How much time is there floating around between when you drop the kids off to school and when you have to pick them up?
Good 2.5, 3 hours. How about that? It usually feels like I have 5 minutes to get everything done. But no, it was 2.5 hours. That's a big difference.
Discipline has been a major issue in this house because it doesn't exist.
JJ.
Later on in the day, JJ started to kick off, and as Dad was dealing with Julia, I wanted to help Mum brush up on her discipline skills.
JJ. You do not scream at Mommy. Oh, you do not hit me. That is one. Do not scream. You kicked me, you're going to the naughty room. I gave you a warning not to hit Mommy, and you kicked and hurt Mommy again.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. There was no warning. There was no, do not kick me, otherwise you're gonna go into timeout.
Okay.
All right, let's start over again here. Come down to his level. Have that command in your voice, low speech pattern, okay? But before Mum could finish her warning, JJ scurried underneath the bed.
JJ, come out here now. JJ, this is your warning. Come out here now. If you do not come out here now, I will put you in the naughty room. JJ, I told you to come out here and you didn't listen. You're going to the naughty room.
Don't talk, just take him there.
JJ, you're gonna stay in here for 3
Where's
minutes.
the communication? You're talking to the back of his head.
When it gets too crazy, there's screaming, there's craziness. I mean, I just go blank. You're gonna be in a timeout because you're kicking me and trying to hurt me. You do not hurt your mother. You do not hurt anyone.
Stop it.
Timer.
Mommy!
And it wasn't long before JJ left the naughty room.
Help me, stop.
With JJ back in the room, I wanted to talk to Mum about how she deals with the other kids when she's doing discipline. So you've got the little one,
Yes.
and you need to do a timeout,
Right.
obviously.
Right.
So you need to think about how you're going to do that.
All we do is just put her in her crib so I can deal with him.
Yeah.
Just keep her there. He did it. It's finished. He did finish it.
Okay, so you've made a decision that you're going to put her in the crib for now while you do that.
Yes.
Now that Mum's worked out how she's going to handle the situation, all she needs to do is follow through.
You got sent to the naughty room for kicking and hurting Mommy. You can get out of the room when you say sorry to Mommy nicely. Okay? Come on.
Finally, after Mum doing timeout wrong for years, she followed through and JJ did a timeout.
It was a huge sense of accomplishment to finish JJ's first time out, to know that, okay, we've got the plan and we're putting it in action. The ball is rolling.
Mum has to deal with the kids 90% of the time, and she does need a break. So having Dad do some activities with the kids when he comes home from work would be a good thing. I have brought this brother box in. Inside, there is card and pen, and what we are going to do together is create ideas for you all to play together when you come home.
All right, guys. JJ, I'm gonna ask you first. What game would you like to play with Daddy when Daddy comes home? The boys came up with some of their games.
You're the be the robot and I'm the be the Batman.
All right. And then Joe thought up a couple games.
There's hide and seek.
Hide and seek. And then Daddy has to think of an idea.
What'd you play as a kid?
Soldiers, like Army Rangers and all. You know, dress up like soldiers.
Soon the brother box was full of ideas, and it's going to keep Dad and the boys busy for quite some time. After lunch, it was sleep time for JJ and Julia, and time for Mum to take a break. After 45 minutes, though, I was wondering whether JJ had fallen asleep. So JJ fast asleep now?
Yes, it sure is.
Why don't we go and check, make sure they're all right? And unfortunately, JJ was wide awake.
JJ, come on, it's your nap time.
I wanted Mum to stick to the routine, but as JJ hadn't fallen asleep and nap time was nearly over, I suggested to her that he just rest and be in his room. But Mum was having none of it.
I'm gonna let him sleep an hour when he goes to sleep.
Right, so then guess what happens to your routine?
My whole routine goes out the window.
Correct. You've gone past your routine and now everything is turned upside down.
I don't agree with you. No, I don't want him to sit in his room quietly. He needs to sleep.
He cannot make it through the day being this tired. It's just, he can't. I mean, and you know, we're just aggravating the situation being in here.
I was trying to reason with Danielle, but she just shut down and refused to listen. If he falls asleep, by the time your hour's done...
Gosh. Oh.
I find that disrespectful what you're doing right now.
Well, I find it torturing to him for no reason. Don't.
What, because he decided to stay up?
Okay, listen, you are not going to tell mommy or call mommy a bad name. This is your warning. Do not call mommy a bad name. And this is just what it's gonna do, of course. It's just gonna make him wild and crazy the whole day. Yes, it is.
He
I mean, this is
was.
so obvious. It's just gonna make him crazy and all the timeouts and all that stuff. I mean, he needs a nap. The kid, if it was different, if he just...
Excuse me, will you calm down?
Okay, but if...
No, not okay. I'm talking to you. And I find, excuse me, I find that very disrespectful.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I really do. We're two adults here.
But I find it disrespectful to him what we're doing right now. So I'm getting very upset.
To have someone come in and try to just totally change the way you live, it's just maddening. It was on. It was on.
I'm here trying to work with you. I'm not saying you have to agree with everything I'm saying.
Right.
I'm just asking you that
Now, of
when
course,
you
us
are
talking
met,
here has woke her up.
It was nap time for JJ. However, after 45 minutes, JJ wasn't asleep,
JJ.
and instead of sticking to the routine, Mum wanted him to sleep for another hour.
It's just gonna make him crazy and all the timeouts and all that stuff. I mean, he needs a nap.
Change is happening, and you either go with it or you fight it. And that's what I was seeing from Mum. There are times that he will sleep. There are times that he won't sleep. There are times that he's quite happy in his room by himself playing, and that's wonderful. You need it more because you're the one who's overwhelmed and needs to get everything in place.
Okay, I disagree. We can just say that we disagree.
Listen, as a parent, you will be burnt out if you don't honour the fact that you have to sometimes just sit down as well.
Right.
You know, just to be able to put your feet up and have a cup of coffee, and you know what, you're entitled to do it.
Right.
And that's where you're at, and I acknowledge that. I think Mum's really realised that actually sticking to the routine is best. It allows her to have the breaks that are necessary so that she's rested and whatever the kids throw at her, she can deal with. When you're overwhelmed, the noise and everything else is too much. It's too much. And that's a really good indicator that the body needs to just take 5.
It dawned on me what she was kind of getting at. You know, sometimes you really do need a relief or a break.
I apologize for getting upset. So.
No one thing. I'm here because I have the honour helping you in your home with your family and your children, and everything I do and say is because I care.
Right.
But the importance is sticking with you when you're going through it, okay? Okay. Because I care. Okay.
Joe stepped on very shaky ground, but knowing that she was doing that in an attempt to help me, I really appreciated it.
Danielle's had a really tough time getting Carlo to eat at dinner time, so I want to sit down and go through a few tips that's going to help her. Carlo, I'd like you to eat 1 piece of your broccoli, and I'd like you to eat a piece of steak. It's really important to give children clear expectations of what they're to eat. This is the chosen piece, and that's the piece of broccoli, and a couple of spoonfuls of polenta. And now that Carlo knew what he had to eat, it was up to Mum and Dad to follow through.
If you're not doing what we've told you, then you're breaking the rules.
Correct.
And if you're breaking the rules, that means you go into a timeout.
That's right, Mummy, that's right.
Really, 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 really don't like it.
But you really need to eat it. Well, if you're not eating it, that's your choice. You're going into the timeout.
Mum was spot on for giving Carlo a timeout for refusing to eat. And it's really important for Carlo to see that Mum means business. And 4 minutes later, Carlo was allowed to get back at the table. But then he started to make excuses.
Give me the broccoli. I won't eat it. Don't like it.
One little bite of polenta, come on. No, you gotta try the polenta, come on. You gotta eat that 1 bite.
Dad was getting absolutely nowhere negotiating with Carlo, so I nipped this straight in the bud. If you don't eat that forkful of polenta, by the time I count to 5, you're going straight into timeout. Do you understand me? 1, 2, 3. You're putting that last piece in your mouth, because I'm counting to 5 and I'm at 3. Because trust me, I will put you in timeout. Thank you. But Carlo had one last trick up his sleeve.
The wonderful event occurred, the spitting up at the table.
Carlo, that's not true. You were sick so that you didn't have to put any more in your mouth. You need a forkful, eat it, okay, and then you can get down and play.
Just take a smaller bite.
Come on, baby. There you go. Come on.
All right, good.
But we held him to it, and he ate the rest, and it was gone. He did it. He did it.
Give me 5.
Okay, 5. All right.
All right. Mum's done well so far, and I'm so pleased. However, I want to make sure that Carlo's eating habits don't throw off this family's routine in the evening. Set your dinner time for 30 minutes. If after 30 minutes you're still struggling, you take the plate away, he gets nothing, and he misses out on the activity that's happening that evening.
The 30-minute dinner time makes me anxious because I know that I'm probably going to fail. That's going to be a hard one. I'm just saying that's going to be tough.
I just hope that she has it in her to continue and find that strength, because he's going to test her. He really is. Who is ready to have fun with Daddy in the brothers box? When Joe got home from work the next day, I suggested that he go to the brother box and do a little activity with the kids, just to give Mum a little break.
Awesome. Build a fort. Okay.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now, okay.
Dad went upstairs and he got really into having fun with both of his boys.
Let's go in here. Now. Look, you guys already got a big cannon. Yeah, big cannon. You can blow stuff up with this, see? I have an old subwoofer, so that was our big cannon. Light the fuse, okay?
1, 2, 3. JJ, what do you say?
Boom! And we were shooting up the enemy like a soldier. It was cute. It was very cute.
And whilst Dad was busy doing activities with the kids, it gave Mum and I a chance just to step away for a while. I've been thinking about Mum a lot, and I believe that as much as it's overwhelming for her dealing with her children, she's lost as a woman, really wondering what she wants to do as Danielle and not Danielle, the mum. The real question is, who's Danielle?
Mommy, that's all. That's what I am right now. And it's hard. It's definitely hard. You know, I want to feel like I'm doing something with myself, you know, what God gave me to do. I know I have talents in me to, you know, make use of.
It definitely takes a lot to say you want something for yourself, because as a mother and a wife, you just want to do for all of those around you, and to say, okay, I want to do for me, you know, just it doesn't feel right at first.
You made a decision at the time, you know, with Joe, that you were going to have a family. Was there a piece of you that afterwards thought,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what about?
Oh, yeah, and you know what probably really set it off, now that I'm thinking about it, is it was a hard moment when like, you know, I was online, and I just had saw that 2 of the people that were in my same class, you know, had completed their doctorate, and it was just like, boom, you know, the same thing I was supposed to do, so, you know.
What stops you from going out there and getting what you wanted?
It's like, okay, well, yeah, you can't have everything, you know, that's just not the way it goes, so I chose my path, which I'm very happy at, and, you know, okay, so you want to go to school too, you know.
Who says you can't have both?
I don't know.
Who said?
Yeah.
Danielle felt guilty that she wanted something for herself. You know, there's certainly been this thought put into her head that once you have a family, oh, that's it. You can forget about everything that you personally want. And that's so not true. So what do we do to change this? How do we give you what you need? Not what Mummy needs.
Right.
What do we give you what you need?
Start taking some online classes.
Okay.
Love to write. Yeah.
Do you love to read?
Love to read.
You're going to start to do those things
Okay.
so that you can start to give back to you.
Absolutely.
That's so important. When are we going to start this?
Tonight.
Yeah?
Tonight, yes.
I was really happy to see Danielle smiling. It's good to hear her talking about the things that she wants to do for herself. I mean, let's face it, it is a step in the right direction. You know, I'm going for several days.
Okay.
And I am leaving you to get on with what you've been taught, because it's necessary for you to do it without me around. Mum and Dad do have a lot on their plate. And I do believe it's going to be challenging for them. I'll find out in a few days if they were up for that challenge. When I first met the Colombo family, they were in dire straits.
Carl, what is the problem? I have her down here, him there, him there. It's just, how do you keep them all in one spot?
discipline.
So I'm very curious to see how they got on whilst I've been away. Nervous?
A little nervous.
So why don't we take a look? The first step, the routine, because it was much needed in this house.
Let's check the routine, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. 11 o'clock. That's lunchtime. Julia's lunchtime. It's away for that time. All that food, you have to let all that food do all its magic.
Tell me what the difference a routine has made in your life as a parent and the impact that it's made on the kids.
So it's just given them confidence in the day. I mean, it's kind of streamlined them. It's made them a lot calmer because they know what's going on.
Would I be right in saying that having that has led to you guys having a sense of calmness as well?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let's keep moving it forward.
I know, that sounds great.
The brothers box, well, I'm excited to see this.
Who wants to pick something out of the brother box? You want to do a ping pong ball balance? You have to see how far you can go, okay? And then JJ's next, okay? Hang on.
The egg and spoon.
Follow me. Oh, okay. You made it this far. Daddy's gonna try now. Look. This isn't easy. Uh-oh. You can't get it. Oh, you. Why I oughta.
How about that?
It's very good. I've added a bunch of cards to that, too.
A dad who was willing to step out the box and find his inner child.
Yep.
A metal spoon and a ping pong ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Two boys together,
Yep.
having fun.
Everyone
you
laughing
know?
and having fun.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Beautiful.
All right, we're going to take a look at dinner time here. Because that was a major issue too.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
Okay, half an hour. Look, you're gonna eat these 2 carrots and all that sausage. Carlo, the longer you take, the more it drags out. Just finish your dinner and be done with it. And go straight into your mouth. Straight in.
Okay,
Okay, no. And what are you forgetting? What are you forgetting?
man, toothpaste.
Yes, you may. All right.
Okay, we went 49 minutes instead of 30 minutes. The reality is really it takes kids 20, 30 minutes max to sit down and actually consume food. Stick with that. It's about him eating his dinner and doing as he's told and getting that nutritional value down him so that it doesn't become a game. But we've made really big progress there, let's face it. So, Joe, we're going to take a look at your discipline skills here and see if you've polished up some.
You can't scream. Well, if you scream again, I'm gonna put you in timeout. Where's your... Come down here, we'll find the pieces. Are they down here? Any more pieces in here?
No!
All right, JJ. Come here, baby. You gotta sit in timeout for me. Come here, JJ, come here.
I'm not.
You're what? Get in the timeout chair. You're screaming what you love. Give me this. Sit down. Look at Daddy. Look at Daddy. I told you to stop screaming. No, you're not having your toy right now. Give me your toy. Just sit right there. No more screaming. This time is actually up, so what do I do? Yeah.
Okay, go tell
All right. I'll put you in timeout because you're screaming too much and too loud. This is not a joke. Look at Daddy. Look at Daddy. This is not a joke. Daddy's not happy with you when you scream like that. Okay? You gonna stop screaming?
Yes.
All right, give me a hug. Come here. I love you. Come here.
Times out certainly need to be addressed with making sure we've got the steps in place there. Each step is really important because it allows the child to learn that what you say is what you mean. Hands are not necessary unless JJ is lashing out. Okay. What you don't want is look at me, stand. You don't want to be physical. Okay. Just being able to say, look at me, please. You should be able to take that basic direction. So there is much for us still to do. I believe that we certainly need to continue with some discipline.
Okay.
So we're still ready to be putting in some work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's good motivation. You should be very proud of yourselves.
Okay.
Done really well.
Thank you to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. After watching the DVD, I certainly know that this family need a reminder of the timeout steps, especially Dad, so that they can remember that and then follow through and execute it properly.
Naughty step. Number 1, warning. Timeout explanation.
Why? Why do you have to explain to him?
So that you know what you're doing that's wrong so you won't do it again. Joe maybe go through the various steps in front of the kids.
What's the purpose of explaining to the children a second time?
After they've had a chance to calm down, it reinforces the discipline as far as why they went to timeout. I think Danielle's got it down pat, but she wanted to really emphasize it with me, and so it was very helpful. So
All right.
that's better. I'll hang that up.
Well said. I think the important thing is that Dad now has the steps. So once he's hung it up, then he can follow through, and it's going to be a matter of practice, really. And it was not long before the family sat down for lunch and JJ got himself into trouble.
We're not gonna say that because that's rude. JJ, we don't talk about poop. JJ? Listen,
hey,
okay, this is your warning. You do not talk about poop while we're sitting at the table. I'm gonna put you in a timeout.
Not polite.
I'm tired.
Not so loud.
I'm stupid.
No, don't say silly words.
JJ. Mommy warned you about saying poop at the table. That's really rude and it's bad manners.
Hey!
I'd love Joe to do it because
okay.
the discipline board up there.
Okay.
Come here.
Joe, follow through with the steps.
Listen, you can't. You're saying bad words at the dinner table, and Mommy warned you. So now you have to sit in timeout, okay? We're gonna go back to the table. We're gonna eat with Carlo.
Come away, come away.
Carlo's not acting bad.
Come away, come away, come away.
Dad definitely needs some work on learning when to walk away and to stop talking. But despite JJ screaming, Dad stood his ground and JJ did a full 3 minutes in timeout.
You're sitting in timeout because you said bad, nasty things to Mommy at the dining room table and the bad words. Say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
All right, come here, give me a hug. I love you.
It wasn't a perfect timeout, but it really was better than what he'd been doing before. And with the reminder board in place, it can only get better. As for Mum, I'd asked her to take some time out for herself, so I was interested to see what she'd been up to.
I've been looking at the Masters in Social Work program, and also I was looking at a creative writing class too. I've definitely taken the first step, and that's the greatest step to take. And I'm just moving on up from here.
I think it's amazing. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, literally, you just felt guilty. You were like, how am I going to do this? I can't, I'm raising a family. And look.
It's exciting just to have it all kind of coming into place. Just the whole getting back into there, it's really fantastic. I am my own person, and I can pursue my own dreams. And that's ultimately just going to make me a much better mother.
Yeah.
There's life outside of your house.
It's liberating, isn't it?
It is. It's wonderful.
A sense of freedom.
Yeah.
She's very, very eager and enthusiastic. And for me, it's a wonderful place to see Danielle. And guess who's going to benefit? The whole family.
Come on over, guys.
Come over, because JoJo's leaving now. Hey!
This has been the most overwhelming journey of my life. It's transformed my whole family, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Joe, thank you very much for helping our family.